Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for episode 2 of my Farming Simulator 25 series. We're sat in the car because we're going to go over some finances. I have been doing some work off camera. We did 3 contracts, I believe. I'll put them on screen now. So we're going to take a look at the finances. We know about tools. We did earn some money from a harvest contract that we did. We did hire a worker for a harvest contract. We had somebody to drive the combine. So our total contract income so far is just over £30,000, but our balance is sitting at £25,000. So, with all that out of the way, today I figured I'd take you guys up to a field that I'm thinking about leasing. Or possibly purchasing if we can raise some more funds today. We could take a loan. That's something we'll have to think about. I'll think about that on the drive up there. I want to show you guys this field. So I'll see you guys when we get to the field. So guys, here we are. This is the field on the right. I think it's the cheapest field on the map, but it's perfect for what I intend to do with it. So here we are. Now I could lease this. Ideally I want to buy it, but I think we might lease it for now, because it's relatively cheap, with the intention of buying it outright eventually. So here we are on the map. This is quite elevated here, so we are high up. This is our field. Well, not yet. As you can see, it's to buy outright, just over 72,000, 3 acres. But to lease it, it's only literally £60 per month. So here we are, everybody. I have decided, as you can tell, this is now a goat pasture. Well, sheep pasture and goat pasture. So I figure straight away we get some goats in here. Now we do have the livestock mod, the Ritter livestock mod. So this is the first time I've ever used this mod. So this should be interesting. We might have some rams die, goats die. Right, we'll get these three goats. And they're in pretty poor condition. That's probably why they're so cheap. Well, that one's just been born anyway. Oh, this one's not too. This one needs a bit of work. It's 10 months old. This one's just been born, so yeah. So I think we'll get those three, get those healthy, and then look at introducing a ram. So we'll buy these. Which is nearly £1,000. So they're in the field. They do have the meadow hasn't grown yet, so we do need to get them some hay to sustain them until the meadow grows. So I'll head down to the store because we're gonna need a water tanker and some water, and we need to get some bales of hay. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll head to the store and I'll see you guys when we get there. Okay, so we're back down at the store. I forgot to mention earlier, the sheep and goat pasture that we have placed down. That is the Fenceless Pastures mod by Cookie Modster. So we need. I figure the first things first, we should get some water to the goats. So maybe we're gonna have to spend a little bit more. This is a lot of money, but we do need it. The capacity is not great, but yeah, we need it. So yeah, we'll have to buy this. And I believe I can steal some water. Nobody's watching. Yeah, so we'll pretend we're doing some paperwork while we stick this hose pipe in here. Okay, so yep, we managed to get away with that. Don't want to be doing that too often, but when we get up to the field, we'll try and maybe there's a river or a water source a bit closer. We'll have to have a look. Anyway, I'll see you when we get this water up to the field. So here we are. We're at the goats. Get this water in. I'm not sure how much water they're gonna take, but this will keep them going for now. So what is the capacity for water? It's quite a large capacity, but is there a water source nearby? We're not too far. Would grab some. We'll head back down here. Try and find somewhere to probably water here. Drop the water bowser off along here. Fill it. Head down to the store. Pick up trailer for moving bales. So, yeah, that sounds like a plan. So, I will head down there, do that. Drop the bowser off along the water's edge somewhere and then head to the store and pick up a cheap, if we can find one, little trailer to move bales. We could maybe get a bale in the back, maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, see you guys back at the store. We're on our way to the store, and yeah, we have found a place. It's down by the river here. It's a bit sketchy, but we have filled up again. So, oh yeah, don't get stuck. Okay, so that's full again. We'll leave that there and carry on, head off to the store. Okay, so here we are, we're back. I'm gonna first try Let's see if we can get a bale in the boot. I'm such a cheapskate. But you don't get rich by spending it, as they say. Yeah, I'm not sure we can get a bale in there. Head to the store, see what size bales we can grab. I have a suspicious feeling this won't work, but it maybe if we leave it hanging out. Let's have a look. It's only really to keep the goats going until we move over to the next month into September. I think once we move over into September, the meadow will have grown and they'll have plenty of feed. And they will basically take care of themselves. Aha, I'm going from the I want to go from the other side. Is this really not going to pick this up? It's kind of strange. You see, these are the problems you have to deal with in Farming Simulator. That is rather bizarre. Yeah. Okay, so that's not going to pick that up. Yeah, unfortunately, giants and they don't really understand how physics work. So we are kind of stumped right now. How to get that in there? I am kind of disappointed that a pallet fork phases through bales in Giants World. Is that really there? Yeah, it's there. It is 8,000 litres. Okay. We won't make a habit of this, but unfortunately until giants get a grip on physics. Ah, yes. Whoa. Yep, that's not going to happen. Okay, so we've had to buy a trailer. We are now back down to £2,000, but it's a necessary evil at this point. So yeah, we won't make a habit of doing this, but until giants figure out how physics work, then we are stuck with super strength, I'm afraid. So, finally, hooked up, got the bale. We shall head on back up to the goats. And I shall see you guys very shortly. So we are back at the goats. I'm going to drop this bale off. Make sure they've got something to eat. And then I shall go and collect our water bowser. Bring that back up here. Probably drop it in here. Maybe I need to see how much feed I do have. The food calculator, so I will be able to figure out how much these goats are going to take. So the food is in. So our goats, yeah. So they only need 1665 litres per year. So as far as the realistic livestock mod, I've never actually used it before, so you will be watching me learn how to use it. I'm sure there will be some mistakes. We'll probably lose some livestock. And yeah, we will have some sad times ahead, I would imagine. Hello, little fella. Yeah, so those three are doing okay. They've got food, they've got water. Let's say this meadow, that should come into fullness when we move over into September. We have been told we can use this front yard. Fortunately, we don't have access to this barn. Would have been nice, but yeah. We are allowed to leave some equipment here on the front here, as long as we're not blocking the entrance. Do we have access to this section? No, we don't. Okay. So, apart from the digs, we are still out in the wild. Okay, so I'll head and pick up the Bowser. Give him a drop more water. And then we need to look at probably picking up a contract to finish this episode. I don't want to finish this episode on £2,000. Wow. We nearly had an accident. Wow. Yeah, so yeah, we'll probably pick up a contract, get the bank balance back up a little, and then that'll probably wrap this episode up. But we're on our way. We have livestock, relatively cheap to maintain. So yeah, I'll hook this up, drop it off, and then I will probably see you guys at the store when we get our last contract. So we're back at the store. Dropped everything off at the goats. Fed, watered. So they'll be alright for now. Yeah, we'll borrow those. Okay, so yeah. I'll get all this set up. And I'll see you guys when we're on the road. Humongous bit of kit. I'm not sure. Is this tractor big enough? We will see. So yeah, this will be another time lapse for obvious reasons. You don't want to watch me do this for 20 minutes. Half an hour? Okay guys, I think we'll wrap that episode up there. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.